severe rheumatoid arthritis
or active psoriatic arthritis.
and take it on with Rinvoq.
Rinvoq is a once-daily pill that tackles pain, stiffness, swelling.
For some, Rinvoq significantly reduces RA and PSA fatigue. It can stop irreversible joint damage.
And Rinvoq can leave skin clear, or almost clear, in PSA. That's Rinvoq Relief.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections, and blood clots. Some fatal cancers, including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occur. With at least one
Hey guys, come on in, come on in, come on in. Gospel Glam, what's going on? What is going on? What's going on? I gotta get a better setup for this thing because it's about to fall. Oh man, what's going on? What the heck is going on? Ah, shoot. I gotta see if I can rig something up real quick. I'm just getting somewhat of an update on some of the happenings. What's going on, Lavelle? Hey, Manny, how you doing? Oh, Jesus. Hold up, y'all gotta bear with me, child. I gotta get this thing set up. When I say rigged. Okay. Peace in the puzzle. What's going on? Shalom. Trying to stay up to date with the trial and having 3 different platforms going. But it's been a great day. I'm happy. I have a sad feeling in my spirit, but happy overall. Where do you think that sad spirit is coming from? Yeah, y'all, I need some lotion. I am in Denver right now, and I don't even want to call it jet lag. I got so sick with that landing today, like not sick, but just nauseous, and I can't shake this thing. But I was trying to catch up, looking at some videos here, trying to see if I can get caught up on what happened today, and just looking at some of the stuff that happened today. I honestly, I think, and there's a whole lot more to this story than I think what people first expected. When we talk about the rabbit hole going deep, I think this rabbit hole definitely goes deep. And as I said before, I don't see any clean hands. I don't see any clean hands. The two things that I was able to just kind of get a brief understanding of today. Um, I think if that were the case on Gospel Glam, it may be, it could be some reality like setting in, like dang, you saying something to him, we supposed to be cool or whatever, or it could be, all this stuff I did for you guys for all these years, and like this is what it has come to. There's no telling like where those feelings are coming from, but I can't saying if I was in Denver, my semi truck in February, and it was horrible. The winters are nothing to play with. It's just the altitude for me. It's the altitude for me. It's like the one thing when I have to come here, um, it's like getting here. You gotta try to shake it off when you get here, and then it take you a couple days to shake it off whenever you leave. So, um, but I think there is a lot going on, and I think that there are like a lot of emotions now because like things are really coming to a head. Um, I honestly don't think the sad part is he just talked to the mom about the passing of her mom. Yeah, I saw something mentioned about that too. That's the whole thing boggles me. Um, I'm gonna give my opinion on this, and I have to say it on my channel. And I know people probably not gonna like this, but I'm gonna tell you what I think. Hey, Brenda, how you doing? How you doing? I don't think that, and I could be wrong. This is completely my opinion. I don't think that that young lady's mom necessarily saw her as a victim. I think there may have been some initial shock at the beginning, and after that, and like I said, I could be wrong, but I've seen a lot of different cases, and I work with a lot of different people on a lot of different things. And these long-term relationships and all of this stuff, I know people talking about, talk about manipulation, but I need people to understand that manipulation only goes so far. It only goes so far because everybody's not drinking the Kool-Aid. And I honestly, like I said, I think there may have been some initial shock from the parents initially when things happen. But I think they got to a point where it wasn't a problem. And it was more so like, okay, that's her boyfriend. Even though in our minds, like that doesn't make sense. Like he's too old to be her boyfriend. I have literally seen parents. I have seen parents that have allowed their teenagers go with 20 and 30-year-old men. I've seen parents sign off on paperwork so that their teenage child, or we'll just say teenager, could marry a grown man. I have seen it. I have seen people get parents sign paperwork for teens to emancipate themselves so that they can go and marry adult men. One in particular was the same age as the mom. So I don't know. And like I said, I could be wrong. And I have to say this here because I do watch other channels. But I realize, when you go to other people's channels, you have to respect their house or whatever. What's up, Butterflyness? You have to respect their house. And so it's certain things that I wouldn't say because I want to make sure that I respect the places that I visit, especially when you're getting somebody's providing information. But I honestly feel like there may have been some initial shock and all at the beginning, but then that went. What's going on, Miss Fat? I think that went away. I think it went away. And just listening because I'm paying attention to the payouts. I'm looking at what the IRS had to say. Even to some of the stuff that mom had to say, and I'm when I'm listening to readings and stuff like that, there's one thing from me seeing the stuff that the mom said and seeing the stuff that the daughter said, and what I am not sensing is any resentment towards him. Yeah, I'm not sensing any resentment towards him. And that's being honest. I don't, what I am sensing, and I have to say this here, what I am sensing is I don't want to be up here and I am being forced to do this. I have no choice. That's what I am sensing. I am sensing that if we had not been hemmed up, and we weren't put in a place where if we didn't testify that we were going to be hit with some perjury charges and possibly some obstruction charges our darn selves. I'm that's what I'm getting very much I don't have a choice. I'm getting very much I got to do this, but I'm not going to do it where I'm going to completely make you look like the bad guy. That's what I'm getting, because the stuff that I'm hearing, like people, they're saying, yeah, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened, but to me, just my opinion, the way that the stuff is being said, it sounds completely different than the other thing that took place in the other state. You got something that's completely different at this point. And I made a comment the other night, and I know like people didn't like it, but I'm my opinion. That young lady is still in love with that man. She is still in love with that man to this day. To this day. And if they were not put in the place where this stuff had to happen, if they were not put in that place, I think she would have continued to go about her business. I think she would have continued to go about her business. And I think mom would continue to go about her business, because one of the things that I noticed is when she was asked, he did all this stuff and you're saying that he threatened you. But then turn around and said, so when did he threaten you? And it was like, okay, well, no, he didn't directly. He didn't threaten me. This other guy didn't threaten me. So who was, intimidating you? It was him. But if you're saying that he didn't do it and this other person didn't do it, like who did it? So I'm just sitting here and I'm listening. And when I hear somebody say, even after this stuff happened, 20 years later, we're still having some type of communication. What's going on, Shannon? There's still some type of communication and you're still on good terms and you're putting people's names in obituaries and you guys are still expressing condolences and having little conversations when family members pass, because these are sensitive moments. So whenever I saw you. No, not on GLB. Atmos on Atmos channel. Oh, okay, 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 okay. I agree. I don't think it was a manipulation at all. It's a mind being exposed. Lavelle, what's going on? Lulu, hey, what's going on? I'll shoot an agreement and go with the narrative. Execution. Do you know what year? Lady Diva, hey, what's going on? What's going on? Mom is defending herself from being a bad mom. Not back in the 90s, so this was normal. I fully agree with you. The mom was open and honest that she could be under the circumstances. That's what I felt. There are a lot of deep-rooted feelings within self. We know that to cry is a good release, and then it shows humility. It shows him as a person. I think for me, it would be the second part in his life. Is at this place. Okay, I think I got them all. Nobody wanted to testify except the two fathers. Johnny, hey, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? We'll be talking about the government threatening her. We just didn't take the hint. Oh, it was interesting. It was interesting. Um, Miss Pat, now this is the thing I will say that y'all don't like hearing me say. He should have never put himself in that situation. He should have never put himself in that situation. He gonna have to take credit for that. He definitely gonna have to take credit for that. But everybody need to take credit for what they had going on. And I don't think, I honestly do not think that they saw him as a threat. I could be wrong. Again, like I said, I don't think they saw him as a threat. I don't think so. And even with her, she said that he did some things to her. He became like he was a bit more mean to her after things, had settled down with that first situation. And even with her leaving, he still, with that IRS stuff that was coming out, that 1150, and she said he put her in, helped her get an apartment. That's what that money was going towards. That was her rent. So rent still being paid, vehicle given. And I know people like, well, that wasn't a new vehicle and whatever. Then my thing is, let somebody go and give you that. Like, that's my thing, because he didn't, it's so many twists and turns in that situation, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. What I do know, what I do know is, even though she said, that she was of age whenever, I guess, stuff happened with Drea, because I saw somebody mention Drea's name in there, that does not eliminate the fact that Drea was supposed to be her so-called godmother as well. And I put that in air quotes because at the end of the day, neither one of them were her godparents, because those were not the godparents that her parents elected to be her godparents. So, realistically, they were not her godparents. But, since you're going around calling yourself her godparents, then for me, if I'm looking at him for getting with her, and I don't care if she was of age, if you're messing with your so-called godchild, even though legally it's not wrong if she's of age, to me, if that's supposed to be your godmama, that's like some incestual stuff to me. That's incest to me, even though it's not blood. I'm just telling you how I look at it. If that's supposed to be your godchild, then you have absolutely no business putting your hands on that woman. I don't care how old she is, if that's supposed to be your godchild. Because when you're accepting the responsibility, and y'all know I got a lot of god kids, when you're accepting that responsibility, that means if something happens to these parents, if something ever happens to these parents, that means is that godparent that you are willing to step in. You're saying that you're going to step in and take on that role should that situation ever come into play. So I don't see, for me, when it comes to that, like, everybody's sitting in the same boat, because that was supposed to be your goddaughter. Now that makes me question, and I try not to make any insinuations when it comes to that, because everybody is speculating at the end of the day. What's up, Urban? Everybody's speculating at the end of the day. But for me, it had me asking, are you trying to save Drea by saying that you were of age when something happened with y'all? That's the first question that came to my mind. Is that really what it was? Or were you trying to do the least amount of harm that you could do by saying that you were of age? Because a lot of stuff was minimized. I absolutely believe that a lot of things were minimized by her and her mom. I think that may be one of those things. Again, that is just my opinion. That is complete speculation on my part. But I just got, like, what about her now? Did you say, oh, I'm going to wait till she's 17, 18, or 19, and then I'm going to touch her? Or were you looking at her the whole time? Were you doing stuff like what came across your mind? I don't care what your husband may have said. Because at the end of the day, and I don't care what people have to say about manipulation. I do this stuff. I get tired of hearing about that part of the manipulation. Because somebody can be manipulated, but they still have common sense. They still got common sense. And if y'all, anything you know about Drea gonna do Drea. So I'm sitting up here and I'm like, how far? I have questions about that. I have questions about that. Piece in the puzzle, I never even thought about that until today. Whenever the question was asked, I never thought about that until today. I never even heard anything that even alluded to anything like that until today. So I don't know. I don't know. I know we got a little charmer over here. He charming the underwear off everybody, obviously. Obviously. So it seems like nobody can get from under the spell, men included, everybody. He able to just convince everybody. Like I just I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it was extortion. I don't know if it was. I don't know. I don't know. On one hand, it seemed like it could have possibly that could have been what was going on. Um, it could have been what was going on. It could be where people saw an opportunity. Okay, you did this. We gonna milk this. We gonna milk this until we can't milk it anymore. It's so many twists and turns to everything. It's so many twists and turns, but I'm still looking at him sideways, cause like if I was a part of his family, I'd be punching him in his chest and his back. Like, what? Not what are you doing, but what is you doing? Is, not are. What is you doing? I'd be looking at Drea sideways. Like, this your husband, ain't it? You just gonna let your husband run amok? Then so you just gonna join in? If you can't beat them, join them. Like I'm just looking at so many different things, and I'm like, what y'all got going on? Y'all just got some freaky stuff. Y'all just, I mean, and it's beyond. Y'all just got some mess going on. I mean, they got a mess from the M to the S. They just had a whole mess going on. A mess. They just had a mess going on. Because there are times when you can go and sneak and do something. Open marriage. I get the open marriage. But open marriage and you include your so-called goddaughter? Right, Carla, that's a different type of mess. That's a different level of mess. A lot of people look at a lot of different things. Like I guess I'm looking. I get her being into women, but that's supposed to be your goddaughter. That's all I'm saying. That's supposed to be your godchild. Just like with him, I'm like, you said you taking on that role as God, Daddy. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. That's nasty. I ain't sorry. Let me take that. It's nasty. It's nasty. I don't know how in the world all this stuff gonna end up turning out, y'all. I have no idea. And with the amount of time that's still left, there's no telling who or what is going to end up coming out? Lavelle, that's a good question. That's a good question. That's a good question. According to, did they use the term goddaughter to fool people? I think that's a good question. But either way, you calling her that. According to Susie, he didn't mess with her. I'ma stick beside her. Well, I didn't hear Susie say he didn't. I heard Susie say she didn't. He didn't admit it at the place that day. That's what I got now. She said he didn't come out and say it. He just said he was sorry. He was sorry, and she felt like he was alluding to, it coming out in public and all this stuff. So I don't know, but y'all, if we gonna be real. We gonna be real now. He was taking care of those people. Miss Fat say Susie got her little piece too. Susie got her little piece too. But you know what? There's no telling. There's no telling. I don't know what it is with people. I'm sorry, because I can see folks out here now that'll go fool, about them. People cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs over them. So, but I personally don't know what it is about folks where they just can't say no. Like they see them and they draws just drop. I don't know. I don't know what it is. That's just me. Yes, you can sing. You can sing your butt off. You know what I'm saying? But my clothes are staying on. I am not that deep. I ain't under the spell. I can step in the name of love and I can do all that stuff. But I'm sorry. I ain't throwing no draws at nobody. Lady Earth said her draws would have dropped. And Miss Fancy, y'all nasty. Y'all nasty. I'm playing. But that's just me. I had never been just like captivated by anybody like that. Piece in the puzzle. You would have lost your you got to do more than saying for me to be throwing some panties at you. No. We got to be on a deeper level. I'm sorry. That ain't happening. See, y'all, See, y'all would have been in this entanglement too up here trying to be fast. You see what I'm talking about? Y'all would have been in this same old entanglement right here trying to be fast. But see, that's just me. That's just me, because you got to do more. I done had people that can sing. Okay, you got to do more than sing than me, child. You got to do more than sing. You got to do more than give me a couple dollars. You got to do a little bit more, child. I'm just saying. Lavelle, I'm just saying, hey, these women on here fast. Peace time, I'ma stick beside them. That's your man, I'ma stick beside him. I would have threw my panties on the pile in the corner with. Let me tell y'all something. No, Miss Fat. No. Because you throwing your panties at the stage. So you got to take whatever come with it, okay? So that means if you got to be with the woman, you got to take, you can't pick and choose. We done talked about being selective now. You can't be selective. You got to go whatever way he tell you. If he tell you that he want to go and pick up, who else was talking about they were going to throw their underwear up there? If he tell you that you got to go and get Lady Earth, then you and Lady Earth gonna be sitting up there bumping uglies, because y'all, yeah, it all comes together. it all comes together. And now I'm laughing about this part, but this part about this young lady with her age is serious now. You would have been on a snitch. Child, let me tell you something. Piece of the butt. I'm just, I don't, I always been a little funny like that. I'm like, they're alright. That's kind of my thing. Like, they're alright. Hold on, let me, hold on. Oh, okay, Miss Fat got that one, okay. No, ma'am, I'm a different type of Cajun woman. If you fall under the spell, then you never know where the spell might take you. That's what I'm saying, Lavelle. That's what I'm saying. Child, supper time. And that's all I'm saying, because y'all are not going to have me on here. I'm just saying. I don't know what it is. I don't know. There she go. They can take Monday through Friday or Thursday night and then send them your way on the weekend, because you going to keep them satisfied on the weekend. Oh, look, I'm telling y'all, Shannon, that was her. She threw them. She threw them. I saw it with my own eyes. I saw it. She did it. Oh my goodness. I don't know. We can have a conversation about that. I mean, why is it hard for women to turn certain things down? Y'all, I'm cut from a different cloth. And I said, maybe it's because I was a tomboy all my life. I always hung around dudes. So I knew the game. So you just ain't gonna come and smile at me and think something gonna happen. Not today. Nah, you got, boy, your game better be strong. I'm talking about your game better be Kobe Bryant, Black Mamba strong. You see what I'm talking about? Because that little singing and flashing a couple of dollars in my face, they ain't doing nothing for me. Shoot, I might be the one to hand you some money. So no, that wouldn't do nothing for me. That wouldn't do nothing for me. So I don't know. I don't. I don't know. So I was tomboyish too, hung around them daily. I know the game, my mind that we like. Oh, Miss Fat, you know I know. But I'm just sitting up here like, what is it? You got mamas and aunties and everybody like what is it? What is it? Never mind if this auntie man and auntie done told you that that's her man, that's her piece, then you slide in on auntie's piece. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, did some conversations ever come up? Well, aren't you supposed to be my auntie's man? Like, I don't know. I'm saying, me myself at 14, I was on that type of time. Now I'm like, okay, you my friend. Ain't you trying to holler at my friend? Like, I can recognize that. But peace and put, that's what I'm saying. Like, during that time, you know, during that particular time, that's my man. You better get out of my face. That's the type of time I was on, and I don't know. I don't know. If you don't get out of my face, don't you talk to my aunt. That's kind of. I don't know, Lady Diva. That what I'm doing. What in the ham sandwich is going on? I don't know. I would say both of them are lying. Hold on. I would say both of them are lying, the mama and the daughter. You think so? I'm not saying it's right, but it happened. Only people that got attention was the star football player, basketball player, or the neighborhood dope boy. True story. And it didn't matter how they looked. It was like they were they were those dudes. Shannon talking about, I'm being honest. You got to do more than saying me a song. You got to do more. Things like this happen when you already have envy and jealous amongst other deep problems already going on within the family. That dysfunction. I feel you ladies, because I almost was in the Fiesta video, but the church called me. You know what? Let me tell y'all something. Before we get off here tonight, I'm going to pray for y'all. Okay? I'm going to pray for y'all. Lulu said, I just don't believe her auntie told her to do that. I don't know. I don't know. And I looked at the back and forth last night on Atmos channel. Was that last night? Y'all, I got my time all jacked up. And this is what I say. I know, like over there, you can't speak. They don't want you speaking on the any victims or alleged victims or the parents and stuff like that. But I'm gonna say this. I don't. What is the young lady's name that was in there? I cannot think of her name right now. Gospel Glam, do you remember the young lady's name last night that kept saying something about Sparkle, and she got blocked, and then Atmos had told him to bring her back up. She actually called in. God, I can't think of her name, but she was trying to Hazel. What she was saying, it made sense because I mean, in all actuality, Sparkle was the one that initially broke, whatever supposedly happened. She was the one that like went against him initially in court. Like she stood on her. She stood on that. Now I don't know what may have happened between them. I do believe Sparkle when she said that they got a family issue going on. I definitely believe that they have a family issue going on, especially if they haven't really been talking since all this stuff kicked off. So that would kind of lead me to believe that y'all got upset that she actually put the stuff out there and put y'all in a bind. I mean, you put yourself in a bind, but like she may be getting blamed for putting them in a bind by coming out and saying something. So with that being said, I understood where Hazel, was that you? Was that you? Got bad. Oh. Talking about this? Yeah. What Hazel was saying last night, it wouldn't make sense. And I know people didn't want to hear it, but it wouldn't make sense for her to come and be upset with her and stuff like that, or to say that she was jealous or anything like that, because she was the one that basically exposed it from the beginning. So it was like she was trying to keep her niece from getting hurt. So I understood where she was going with that, even though they didn't want her to say it. I understood where she was going with that, and I honestly think that she has some guilt behind that from addressing them. Now there was another young lady on there. It was towards the end when they were just Atmos was just having a conversation. That just the panel, the people that were doing the reading, they were talking. And I don't know which young lady it was that was on there, and she did make a good point, basically saying, maybe Sparkle did tell her to do it. Maybe that's how she interpreted. Maybe it's right. You might want to go and do such and such and do such and such. Like it may be about the way that she interpreted what was being said. I don't know, but I do think they were saying that Sparkle should have that she shouldn't have said anything, right? My thing is with that, I hear it, and I'm not going to argue back and forth with it, but my point is, the minute somebody says something about us on YouTube, we going off. We're going to address them immediately, expeditiously. So I don't think it's fair to that extent to say that the aunt need to shut up or need to shut the F up whenever it comes to this, because she has a right to defend herself as well. Because with her making that statement in the court of law, in the courtroom, you making it seem like your aunt was down with you hooking up with him, like like your aunt trying to get you to do some salacious stuff. So I can understand her wanting to come out and say something. And that's what the young lady was saying last night. Like, all these years she's been trying to get you to come out and say something. She's been waiting on you to stand up and say something. Then when you come out and say something, what you saying is, my auntie told me to do such and such. So I could see, like, I'm looking. Y'all know I got to look at all sides. I got to look at all the sides. So don't get mad with Doc. I got to look at all the sides. I got to look at all of them. I got to look at all of them. And she stood in her mess. She said, that's a dang lie. You sitting up here talking about, I told you to say that. I'm just saying, me looking from the outside, y'all, I know y'all ain't gonna agree with me, but it did appear that the parents, I'm saying the parent, that like the young lady and the mom, they were okay with throwing her under the bus, but she protected her mom, and they still protected him to a certain extent, but they ain't had no problem with throwing auntie up under the bus. She been smoking 12 blunts and 2-pack of Newport. Y'all, I'm like, and the thing is, she probably do feel some guilt. She probably do feel some guilt because it's like, well, dang, I introduced them. What's going on, basic mom? I introduced them, so she probably does feel some guilt at the end of the day. But now I can tell you I don't necessarily believe her when she says that she didn't have a relationship with him, a romantic relationship. Romantical. Brown said romantical. Now I don't believe that. I absolutely do believe. What's going on, Kendra? Happy belated birthday. I do believe that she had a romantic relationship going on with him. Now that part I don't believe. And see, that's what's getting everybody mixed up with everything, because everybody throwing a little bit of truth out there, but everybody's lying too. That's just what I believe. People, they putting the truth out there, but they telling some lies too. And some of them lying by omission. Some of them lying by omission, meaning that what the government don't know, I ain't gonna tell. If the lawyers don't know, I ain't telling it. If they don't ask me specifically about this, then I ain't saying nothing. Right, Miss Fat? I ain't saying if you don't ask me, I don't know. Like, that's the feeling that I'm getting. That's what I'm getting, because that's why it seems like the stuff is conflicting, because Rashonda, her mama had Rashonda had some contradictions with her stuff too. There was some contradictions between some stuff that her and her mom said too. The mom, like, the daughter kind of stuck hers a little bit more. Mom, she won't ready. She wasn't ready. Still, at the end of the day, y'all just, I'm saying, y'all nasty. Like, everybody nasty. Throw the entire case in a dumpster. And okay, only answer the question you're asked. Never give up more info than need. Well, Miss Pat, that's how it go. You exactly right. That's how it go. And that's what I'm saying. Everybody lying. Everybody. All of them. all of them lying. Sparkle ain't telling everything that she knew. The mom ain't telling everything that she know. And the person, Jane, she ain't telling everything she know, and she ain't telling everything she did. But the other man that's on, none of them, they ain't telling everything. They are not telling everything. If the people don't know, they are not telling. They're not telling. But after this, Mom, I don't. They said, she said that whenever they got sent away on the trip. Oh, that's what I was gonna speak on real quick before I get that. Michelle, hey, what's going on? When they went away on the trip, the daughter said, Jane said that the family, like, basically he was taking care of them because they had to leave their jobs. They were forced to leave their jobs. The attorney asked about that, but didn't get quite deep enough on that, because I'm like, I would have been, oh, how exactly, like, what income, like show how, because when you say stuff like that, then you have to start pulling out receipts to show how you were actually affected. So they didn't go deep on that. But when they spoke to the mom, and the mom was like, they were like, okay, you still dealing with him 20 years, like, after all this time. Mom was like, we didn't have any income coming in. And I'm like, well, you had a shoe store, didn't you? So what you're telling me at this particular time, what you're telling me is, again, that's what I'm telling y'all, that mom was not upset. They might have been upset with him initially, but that went out the window quickly. Because if you are still allowing him, if you are allowing him to take care of your family, the mom said they didn't have any other means of income. Why didn't you go get a flipping job? Now, I remember Jane saying that he didn't want her to get a job. Well, did he tell the mama not to get a job too? Did he tell the daddy not to work? Do y'all see what I'm like? This joker said they need a job. It's too late now. It's too late now. That's just, but they had a business. They had a business, but she said that they didn't have any income coming in. They didn't have any income. So he was helping them because they didn't have any income. And that's when they went back and said, okay, but didn't you have a business? So how you had your shoe store, so how don't you have any income coming in? Or was the shoe store front? And you won't really, you know how people have stores and stuff, but they really don't be selling nothing. I mean, they got stuff. Don't nobody be buying it. I don't know. I don't know what their situation is. This child talking about they got 5 PPP loans. It's just some things, and that for me, that I want to make sure I'm clear on this again, because I don't want nobody misinterpreting what I said. He have no business at all putting his hands on no 14-year-old. None. He need his butt spanked for that. And these parents didn't have no business going along with it. If they thought that there was any type of validity to it, just the thought that it was mentioned, it should have been a problem. But once you let stuff go on, and then you still dealing with this person, Lady Earth B, I know you saying allegedly, but at this point, I'm going to poll y'all. Do y'all really believe that he wasn't paying them off? Listen to the IRS person today. The IRS person does not have a dog or a cat in this fight. Listening to the payments that were going to the dad. Listen to the payments that were going to Jane. All the money that was coming out, $80,000 that went to them. Like, what? Okay, Lady Earth B says she doesn't. Anybody else? Be honest. I'm not going to bite your head off. Nope, he was not. Anybody else? Add music. Hey, how you doing? It wasn't just them. Brown got millions, and so did. And that's what I'm saying too, Michelle. A lot of people got. Let me tell y'all something. When they brought the IRS in today, Kendra said she believed he was. Piece in the puzzle said, piece in the puzzle. That ain't an answer. You ain't getting by with that. That is not an answer. That is, I'ma stick beside him. I know you're gonna stick beside him, but yes or no? Yeah or no? Yeah or no? I don't think it's her on the video. Shannon said, I don't think it's her on the video. Well, how come these people keep getting, hold on, y'all. Okay. Why does she need Section 8? Where did the money go? That was going back, looking at what you said and what Michelle just said. That's what was interesting to me, because, and I guess too, you're dealing with these men that got a little bit more common sense, because they got paid. But the family, y'all coming off with about 80,000. But it was still a lot of stuff that was being done. He was definitely paying her rent. He was paying her rent. But what I was gonna say, when they pulled the IRS in and they can actually see where the money was coming and going, now let me note that the IRS person did say that he was never the person that was signing any of those payments. So I want to make sure I'm clear on that, because they did say that he was not the person that was signing any of those payments that were going out, but they were still coming from his business or some subsidiaries of his business. What I'm saying, hold on, because I see some good comments coming in here, y'all. Hold on, let me go back. I don't want to leave nobody out. Add music, I'm doing okay. Got a little jet lag over here, but I'm doing okay. Sabrina, hey, how you doing? What was the payments for then? Just asking. Pettyville, what's going on? Pettyville says yes. Lady Diva, what was the question, Dr. Rogers? I had to step out the room. I was asking when it came to the money and stuff like that, and I'm asking y'all realistically now. Take your emotions out of it. Take your feelings out of it. Do you feel like he was paying them off? Okay, Jersey Girl said, I won't say it was a payoff. I would say he was taking care of them. Okay. Hold on. Let me try to get back where I was at, y'all. Okay, let's go here. Kamala Harris was getting paid more than her job title was worth. Was she getting paid? Girl, you better not put that lady name in this chat, child. I'm gonna have to delete that. I'm gonna have to delete that. He was not paying them off. RSK has a very kind heart. Plus, it was a family affair. Big Red. So let me ask you, with the family, where? Hold on. Let me get it. No, for those. Okay, with it being a family affair, because they, like, literally, they weren't family. And for them to be making these comments and making these statements about him now, and to be fair, because I'm doing this looking at all sides, not trying to say this for him or this for her, looking at it from all sides. The testimony that she provided, the statements that the IRS had, it backed up a lot of the stuff that she said. It backed up a lot of the stuff that she said. So my thing is, with him doing that and it being a family situation, then why would they go and say those things about him now? Why do you think, what's the motive for them saying this stuff about him now? If it was all just family stuff and it was all done in love, then there should be no bad blood between them, right? Nothing happened. There should be no bad blood between anybody because nothing happened, right? So what would be the reason for them coming? What would be the reason for them coming now? Hold up, I'm trying to read y'all comments. The mental women. I don't believe he was aware of the money the accountant was paying out.